Yo, what's up, guys? This is gonna be a quick intro. If you guys do enjoy, make sure to drop a like and sub if you haven't already, and enjoy the video. So, with junior high year, like our 8th grade year, it was also COVID year. That'll come into play much later in the story. But it was a regular day. I think it was like our advisory period. We were watching some movie. It's like a dare thing, don't do drugs, something like that. And this kid, we'll call him Jack, decided, I think he was messing around with someone over a glue stick, and I don't know how it happened, but it ended up getting tossed onto the ceiling and it stuck. And I mean, the entire class thought that was like funny. It was kind of funny, like just stuck there. So from that day forward, everyone used to take their glue sticks and they would take the glue part out and we would just throw them on the ceiling. The teacher started noticing. Obviously, he acknowledged it and said, "Stop doing this," but no one really cared. This teacher he really didn't do much. We never had homework in his class. It was nothing like that. No one really took him seriously. We did that for a long time. We just kept throwing shit up there, and then it was Valentine's Day and he was being nice and gave us gummy bears. And I don't know who it was, but somebody decided to think it was funny if they licked a gummy bear and see if it would stick. And it did. So everyone started licking their gummy bears and just throwing them up there. And this teacher was so mad. He was like, "I tried to do something nice for you guys." But then another day, we come back in school and we look up on the ceiling and everything's cleared off. So we know this teacher took the time out of his day after school to take everything off the ceiling. So we knew that at the time. We didn't really care. We were just messing around. No one cared. It was the entire class. It wasn't like it was a little bit of kids. I mean, everybody participated in this. People would start doing more and more, and I don't know what caused it, but I think it was one day the ceiling fan was going and it was going pretty fast, and someone took their pencil case or something and just threw it at it, and their pencil, like their stuff went flying everywhere, and everyone thought that was pretty, like, it was pretty funny. You would just see stuff flying around the room. People would throw erasers, pencils, I mean, right in front of the teacher. It wasn't like we would wait for him to walk out of the room or anything. We would just throw it up there. We didn't care. Then it started being like, remember, someone threw Cheerios up there. Someone started like throwing other types of food and stuff like that up there. And then the teacher started noticing, and then he ended up turning off the fan and stuff like that. There was this kid, we'll call him Jerry. This kid, Jerry. And he had his expandable. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like a big folder. You put a bunch of papers in there. And this teacher, this guy, before he actually ended up getting fired or left, I'm not sure what it was. If you guys want to hear a story about that, put it in the comments. But he was sitting right at his desk. It wasn't like he was on his phone. It was like our advisory period, This Jerry kid thought it was a good idea to open his expandable and throw it at the fan. And everyone's like, "No way he's gonna do it. There's no way. There's no way." And when I tell you, this kid threw his expandable at the fan, it goes flying across the room and papers fly everywhere. I actually have a video of the incident. I'll put it right now. But as you can see, we were pretty much assholes, we fucked around a lot. He ended up getting fired, so we had a substitute teacher at the time. No one really, this was so much fun having a substitute. Everyone knows, no one listens to substitute teachers. And she would always turn off the fan. And me especially, I would always go up and I would ask her for a tissue. And every time I did that, I would just go turn the fan back on. People would start throwing stuff up there again and again. I usually didn't throw stuff up there. I didn't do that, but I thought it was pretty funny. So I would just go turn the fan back on, and she would just be like, "How'd the fan get back on?" And she would just start yelling. Everyone would just start laughing. And then I would just keep asking for a tissue. And she just never got it that every time I went to go get a tissue, that I was just turning the fan back on. She never somehow understood that. There was a rumor that this kid, we'll call him Steve. This kid threw a chair at the fan. I wasn't in his class because we had like 2 classes at the time. We went everywhere with them. I didn't see it, but it was a rumor that he threw a whole chair at the fan. I don't know if it was true, but people said it, But back to what I was saying, this kid, Jerry, knew about, he saw all of our teachers like pop cans and stuff like that and snacks because he needed it because he was a diabetic. And he never took those when he left. When he left them there. And one day, this Jerry kid took a spray can, and he thought it would be a good idea, to throw it at the fan. Not open, just a full spray can, and just toss it up at the fan. And everyone, everyone's sitting in class going, no way he's going to do it. Everyone knows he's going to do it, And we had a pretty tight class, we weren't going to snitch on each other. But this kid thought it was going to be a funny idea. Everyone's like, yeah, do it, Because we didn't think he was going to actually do it. And I'll never forget, the substitute was in the class still. She was still in the class. And all you see is the spray can go up, burst open, Sprite's flying everywhere. The spray can flies and hits the back wall while it's busted open. And it just falls, and the teacher, she just goes, "Who threw that?" And everyone's, dying laughing. That was the funniest shit any of us have seen. We did not think this kid was going to do it. She didn't know who did it. So she runs down and gets our principal to come back up to our class. And I think it was our lunchtime. We had to eat in our classroom for some reason. Something was going on in our cafeteria. But she comes up, and she stands, in the center of the class and just says, "Who threw it?" And, no one says a word. Everyone's sitting there quiet, like, no one's going to say anything. And we used to have, lunch and recess. We'd be able to talk, go outside, have fun. But we had to sit in our class for lunch, not talking, and recess until we confessed who did it. And this is around, we'll say, like February time. It was after Valentine's Day and that incident. And we were all like, shoot. We don't want anyone to snitch on him. I was friends with him, we were all, a couple of the kids in class were like really good friends with him. We did not want him to get snitched on. So we made sure, like, is anyone going to snitch? We didn't know. We were kind of worried for him. We knew we weren't going to get in trouble. We weren't involved, but we were worried for him because, he's our friend. And we were all making sure, everyone's like, no, we're not going to say anything. We're not going to say anything. We thought it was just going to, roll over. We were going to be able to go back outside for a while. But after about a week and a half, everyone was getting tired of it. Nobody wanted to sit in class anymore, have to listen to this principal preach about it's good to tell the truth and stuff like that. And then there was this one kid. I don't really know what I could call him. We're just gonna call him this one kid for now. He was, saying he was gonna snitch. He was gonna tell on the kid because he knew who did it. And we would sit there and we would just try to explain to him, you don't have to do this. It's not worth telling on him. It's okay. We're gonna be able to go back out soon. It's gonna roll over. And he ended up agreeing to it. He was like, okay, yeah, you're right. And then it was one day, I think it was about 2 weeks after the incident, she came in and she started taking people out one by one and interrogating them, like asking, do you know who did it? Like, tell me the truth. Do you know who did it? That's exactly what she would ask. She asked me that. She thought that I was actually the one who did it, but I didn't. And we were all like, someone's going to snitch. There's no way. There's like 30 kids in our class. There's no way not one person's going to tell, And to our surprise, when she came back, she was like, I don't understand how all 30 of you kids could have been in here when someone threw that can and none of you know who did it. And when I heard her say that, I was like, no way this whole class didn't just snitch on them. Because everyone wanted to go back out for recess, no one knew. But during that time, we started hearing about school shutting down because of COVID. And we were like thinking, oh, we're going to get out for 2 weeks and this thing's going to roll over. We're not going to be inside anymore. And I think it was after she interrogated us, about 3 days after, is when it was our last day and we knew it was our last day before COVID. And we just told everyone, yeah, don't snitch, it's going to be fine. He's not going to have to worry about it. We're not going to have to worry about it. We're going to go back outside after. And it was the last day and we just kept throwing stuff in the ceiling. We just kept doing what we normally did. We didn't really care. We were pretty much assholes. We had a pretty funny class. But he ended up getting away with it. The school never found out. No one ever found out. And it was probably one of the funniest things that's ever happened in junior high. That was easily my favorite moment. But if you guys enjoyed, drop a like. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know what kind of stories you want to hear next. I have a bunch of other ones. Just put them down in the comments what you want to hear. And I hope you guys all enjoyed. See you next time.